Hi, good evening, Nevada, or good morning, I guess it's probably actually the morning.
Yeah, good morning. If you're looking at us on Sunday morning or Monday morning,
right?
Still morning.
Still.
Yeah.
I just got up, so I don't know. Yes, why did I think it was
morning here.
It's morning.
Yeah, so yeah, it's morning
here in America.
It's morning in all three of the,
We're here in Nate's neighborhood. This is Nate Bully, one of Nye County's top realtors.
Hey, guys.
I'm his lovely co-host and arm candy.
He is lovely. I mean, come on. Come on. And look at the shirt, captain shirt.
I know, I went a little more casual than normal today. Actually, I usually go with the white shirt, you know, the button down.
Yeah, but we didn't look like we were trying to sell you guys funeral spaces or anything like that today, so.
Yeah, I looked a little Sicilian just for a second. I don't mind that generally.
But, yeah, that's okay. Down the road, maybe.
Yeah, they make good sauce. Anyway.
So, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the
Happy Sunday morning, happy Monday morning.
What a crazy week we had with the weather going nuts, and just like the 100-year storm event. It kind of pointed out some things that we were talking about. Just as you're buying real estate around town, it might be good to know where it's likely that the water ends up. You know, kind of the flood zones.
Yeah.
Where did you
so
find
we're going
this?
to get into some of these flood zones. This is a flood zone map. Excuse me. It is provided by, essentially by the city of Pahrump, the town of Pahrump. You can go down to the building department and you can request a copy. You're gonna have to pay for it, but you can get a really big copy like we have in our office for like $200. It's huge, very detailed. But essentially here, you can also search for it online, but it is hard to find it here. So if you do need a copy of it and you just wanna look, send me an email, shoot me a text, okay? NathanPboley@gmail.com. 775-513-2491. If you just want a copy, by all means, I'll shoot it your way.
I'm not good at maps. What's the little meridian? Is that Highway 160? Where are we looking at here?
No, well, so you've got a few different things that you're looking at here. That little line that goes across the bottom, that's the state line.
Okay.
That diagonal line.
Oh, okay, okay. This is more like a state map.
This is the valley.
Okay,
this is actually the valley as it pertains to the edge of the state.
Right.
Yeah. So it goes out to the edge of the state,
What's
but it
up there?
encompasses the entire valley.
What's the point there at the top of these things? But is that coming down the mountain?
They're hard to see here as far as, are you talking up top?
No, I'm looking
like
over
more
at the side,
centered or off
the
to
right-hand
there?
side, yeah.
Right there, you're kind of looking off at zone A off to the right, that far red line. Those are more than likely roads or washes that have been, that actually have been spotted by FEMA or local meteorologists, things like that. And so you've got several different flood zones inside of the valley, and we're going to kind of go through each of those today.
Sure.
So there's a good chunk of the valley there that's not in a flood zone, of course. Anything that you see there that is white, all white, not a flood zone.
Generally safe.
Yeah.
Although
consider that zone X or zone X unshaded.
Right.
And in that area, you got a once in 500-year chance of getting a really big storm that creates a flood.
I was thinking that had to have been like a here we go.
Oh, hey, we jumped up, no worries.
Yeah, it's funny around town as you go to see where the water went across the roads and some of the erosion and instant destruction of stuff out there. You really get an idea of like our street turned into sort of a river for a good hour. It was crazy.
Yeah, you guys are up in the winery, so you've got up. If you folks are still looking at this silly-looking map here, up in the top right corner there, that kind of gray shaded area. Yeah. That's an area that is technically prone to storming, or prone to flooding during storms. So that's that sloped side of the east side of the basin, where if it rains, it's coming down into town.
Yep.
Okay. Granted, everything up there that's totally white out of a flood zone, so you don't need flood insurance there if you're a homeowner.
Right.
And of course, if you have a mortgage, generally you're going to need flood insurance if you're in a flood zone. Okay. And that can range. I can't necessarily give you guys quotes, but yeah, it can go anywhere from $400 a year to $2,500, $2,600, $2,700 a year.
I could tell you something about
it
flood
can get
insurance.
insane.
A little bit. I used to sell insurance.
Yeah, you're a former insurance guy. Hit me with it.
Well, okay, so if you're in a flood zone like A, where it's likely and prone to be flooded,
yes, and that is
you get a surveyor out to your property and they shoot the front door of your property and they say, okay, it's at this elevation. It's, you're at 2348 above sea level,
like
whatever.
An elevation certificate kind of
right.
Yeah.
They give you an elevation certificate, and then they compare that, or the National Flood Insurance Program compares that elevation to the historic flood cresting at, like, are you, and if you're underwater, like New Orleans, it's very expensive to get flood insurance.
Yeah.
If you're
because they're several feet under sea level, right? Technically.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, and if you get someplace like Pahrump where we're way above, I mean, you'd have to be building an ark before the water would get here, kind of deal.
Right.
But
in this case, when you get a big storm,
right, but there's
get
not a lot of water that
groundwater and
runs.
runoff.
Yeah, that's what you get, the groundwater runoff. So
yeah, and that's really it. You're not going to get, not necessarily flooding as you would expect in other areas. So flooding in this sense is a bit different than a place like Houston or New Orleans.
right, we're kind of up on a mountain,
Like
so
that.
I mean,
Yeah, our elevations, 23 and change, I believe.
yeah. But so
Don't quote me.
flood insurance here should be fairly inexpensive, just because it would be
But
like
there are-
super freaky for it to flood here, kind of.
Yeah, but there are some zones there. If we can go back to that map for a quick second. That biggest
see.
zone right there.
The
Let me
big blue?
double check that one. Yeah, that big blue one right there. Let me double check. So yeah, that is zone AO.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that one's got a 1% annual chance of having a depth of up to 1 foot.
Right.
1 to 3 feet, excuse me.
So
anything that's in that kind of lighter blue, more ocean blue color there.
okay.
And granted, it's tough to see streets. It's tough to see really anything from this. So if you do need a copy that you can zoom in on, again, shoot me an email, send me a text.
Yeah.
And they're tougher to see on this map, but there are some little areas that are
Just in a hole?
very light blue.
Really?
Right? So you can see some on the left,
Yeah.
way out of the west side of the valley. Nobody lives over
I
there.
see one down on the lower right.
One down the lower right, and there is a neighborhood there. You see that little neighborhood there is inside of that flood zone. And there's also one that runs down Gamebird. So in those flood zones, those are essentially the worst quote-unquote flood zones that we have in the valley as far as insurance cost goes, based on the flood map and all that other fun stuff. By the time we get to it, those folks in those neighborhoods tend to pay more for flood insurance.
Right. And again, it's
But the elevation of your house does matter.
That's
right?
it. Right.
Because
So-
we were in Artesia touring a home yesterday. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, good
And there was-
segue.
yeah, I mean, there was no, and Artesia technically sits in that big blue area right there, I believe. But they're technically not in a flood zone because the builder went out of their way to raise up all the elevations of all the properties.
Right, and you go
the
through
whole
some of the
neighborhood.
neighborhoods, and there's debris and rocks and everything on the street, and they're like
Yeah, there
tearing
was,
out
there was
somebody's driveway.
damage. Yeah, there were
yeah.
parts of roads that were missing. I mean, there were tons of people that lost trees that went into their homes. I mean, it was definitely a storm like I've never seen here.
Not in Artesia.
Being here 11, 12 years.
I didn't see anything. Did you?
And yeah, when we drove through Artesia, it didn't look like that. When we drove through Mountain Falls, it didn't look like that because it's another elevated community. But the existence of Mountain Falls, sadly enough, is the reason for that light blue stripe down Gamebird, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, because when you elevate one neighborhood, all that water's got to go somewhere.
Sheds somewhere.
Yeah, it sheds. And the next neighborhood, essentially, once FEMA comes around and takes a look, I guess, they will, hey, look at that, you're in a new flood zone now, and there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, so there are little tricky things about that, but you need somebody who knows the valley.
You mean
is what
FEMA's less than helpful at times?
Sure. Yeah. I think that's totally fair to
Yeah,
say.
all right.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not ashamed to say
Just
that at all.
adjust your expectations, I guess. That might be the way to deal with it.
Yeah, and that's really it. And granted, yeah, and the storm that we had, can we categorize that as a once in 100, once in 50 year? I mean,
It seemed like it was pretty rare air that we were breathing there for a minute. It was really interesting, and I don't
And there
know.
were
If I
cars
would
that
say
got
it was a
stuck here and
100-year
there.
storm, but I'd have to go back 100 years and like.
yeah,
really-
he'd have to do like the whole
And actually, I have to
meteorologist
do my
thing
job.
there.
That would be.
Yeah, he doesn't have that kind of time. He's messing around with me right here.
Right. We're looking at real estate over in Artesia.
Yeah.
Hey, but that was pretty cool actually, and seeing our neighborhood, which a little less loosey goosey, or a little more loosey goosey with like regulations, but all our
Yeah, no
neighbors are
HOA
pretty
over
much
there.
built up. Yep.
Yeah, and everybody's kind of built up right there because you're on that slope. So every builder is prepared for that. But granted, that's it. You're worried about your structure and your property, and everybody outside of that is, buena suerte, good luck.
Yeah.
So that's really it. It takes doing an entire neighborhood, to really change the outlay once big storms come in. But
Right.
again, you're just going to push it to another neighborhood. So,
Right.
and hey, we need water. We live in the desert.
That's true. I think the
Yeah.
earth needed a drink, so.
Yeah. You know, granted, I didn't scoop my hand down in it or anything. But,
No.
you know, there was a ton of water. I mean, I
was
remember
tempted to-
driving up the winery. I got a video that looked like it was a river itself. Yeah, we could have probably put that on here, but.
Oh, I've caught fish in rivers that size.
Yeah,
That
goodness.
was crazy. Yeah.
We should have got our fishing poles out.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Get some of those mountain fish.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then, what was the deal? Did you see all the mini termites that came out afterwards? They were like this
Yeah, that
moth
was a strange
infestation.
thing
Yeah.
too. I've only seen those once or twice, and I think they only come when it rains really heavy.
Right.
So if there's anybody over at Bugs Bennett or Genuine Pest Control or any of our other local guys, if you know what those are,
Well, they're a form of termite.
give us a
lot
holler.
of
Let
them.
us know. Are they?
Yeah, and they've got a real short lifespan. Like they grow, they
Learn something new every
start
day.
flapping around, they lay an egg, and then they die, and that's it. So they really don't have time to do a lot of destructive. It's not a destructive termite, I guess would be the point.
Okay.
But yeah,
Fair
it was
enough.
for a while. So I was afterwards. We were looking around the neighborhood. It's like, is it snowing? What is going on? Yeah, it's all these little bugs.
There's little bugs fluttering around.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I learned something new.
Yeah.
Today.
So
This was this old today when I learned that.
when you learned, yeah.
Yeah.
This Artesia place was a lot of fun to tour.
It was a great time. It was very clean.
Mm-hmm.
The layout was great. It was separated. It was spacious.
Nice family home. Was it
yeah.
3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms?
4 bedroom,
4 bedrooms.
3 bath, and it it just showed really well. They did a couple of things that I wouldn't even necessarily do or have my clients do with taste in things
Right.
as far as decor, but they came out amazing. Like once you actually set foot in front of some of these things,
Right.
like the wainscoting, I believe it's called, or wainscoting.
Yeah.
When you put the paneling up on the wall like they did inside
Right.
in the living room.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times that just looks terrible, but they put it
They
they
made it
put it
work.
together really well. Yeah, it matches the flooring, it flows.
We spent a lot of time out in the yard too. The landscape was phenomenal. So I hope we captured some of those pictures.
Yeah, we got quite a few of those. So once we get into, well, we're going to get into a break here, and then when we get back, we'll do the tour of the Fieldstone home.
Fieldstone Home on part 2 of Nate's Neighborhood. Come on back, Nevada County. Come on back, Southern Nevada.
See you in a moment.
See ya. And now the man of the hour, Nate Boley. Hey, there he is. Welcome to part 2. Welcome back to Nate's Neighborhood.
Hey guys, yeah, we got the Fieldstone tour. It's an amazing house.
It was an amazing house and a pretty neighborhood. It was nice, and especially after the monsoon, whatever we were going through.
The storm, the flood,
We rolled up on this place. I mean, but it looks like, look at these great palm trees. And you got, SpongeBob SquarePants written all over the place.
Yeah, amazing. From the palm trees to the bushes to the
And this was after the big storm. And look at how clean it is.
Yeah,
Look at
there's,
I'm going to lean back here. Maybe we can
there was
go
no
right
crazy.
into
There we go.
There it is.
Yeah, there's no crazy runoff running here. There's no dirt from where the city came through and pushed all the dirt off the street onto somebody's driveway.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no trees falling over here. This is all pretty good.
Yeah,
And,
long driveway, of course. Tons of rock, and on the other side there's RV parking. And
It's about a half-acre lot on this thing. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
the
I think
yard
just a little under. I think it's exactly a third or just under a third.
Okay.
So the walkway is gorgeous. RV parking on the left-hand side. So you've essentially got 2 really long driveways there. And this is from the front porch, looking out towards.
I think this is looking off right.
Yeah, looking off to the east side towards the RV parking.
This looks like a art photo with that bucket there. I'm not sure what the bucket means, that it's empty, but it's clinging to my soul. I don't know.
Yeah, it's telling you something. It's a great yard though, and here's the front porch.
Yeah, portico. Is that we decided this was?
Well, I don't know if it's pull through, because you got a building there, but it is great either way. It's covered, tons of space. You got a swing there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and as you get inside, the first thing that really catches your eye is the study. It's off to the left.
It's a nice. It's a funny shaped room, but like nicely funny shaped.
Yeah, it enhances the natural light. You see they got the plantation shutters there, which are expensive and very helpful, of course.
Right. Flip around to the other side of that, and you've got the dining area. Yep.
Yeah, and they've got a 6-top here. I feel like you could fit at least an 8-person table there.
Sure.
And again, plantation shutters, amazing flooring. I mean,
Great
all
light.
the choices here were amazing.
Pops out into the living room, kitchen area, and this is just a huge space. It's
Yeah, and there's
the
that
front door.
wainscoting we were talking about,
Yep.
right next to the
Oh,
front
okay,
door.
right.
Yeah.
That's a
And there
fireplace
is-
back behind the couch. I don't know if that.
Yeah, we'll get that here in one of the next shots. So more wainscoting there, and that pushes in towards the little dinette area and the bar, the big island. I mean, the whole thing just screams family party gatherings, you know,
Right.
just in general.
There's
Get
a
some
lot of
folks
flow
in here
here.
and have a good time, yeah. And there's off to the bar there. So you've got the wainscoting follows through underneath, which is nice. It matched up with the floor really well. And the contrast against the kitchen there really showed off pretty well, I thought.
Yeah, and the crown molding. Look at all that. I'm a big fan
Yeah,
of
the crown molding, the updated baseboards.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's just a ton here. Updated light fixtures. There's the I guess you'd call that the dinette, excuse me, the dinette or the breakfast nook, whatever you might want to
Did
call
you just
that.
turn 14? Did your voice
I think I
just betray
did.
you?
I think
Yeah,
I did a
it's
little
crazy.
Benjamin Button there for a second. That was weird. I'm turned into a kid again touring this house. It's
These
a great
solid,
place, yeah.
solid surface counters. You got lots of cabinets. That's a big
Yeah,
pantry
there's
door
the
in
main
there.
kitchen here. Yeah, you just got a ton of space. Storage for days, big pantry. Here's the other side of the kitchen.
Modern appliances.
Yeah, modern all the way through. Granite countertops, the backsplash, exquisite.
Yeah,
You know, I mean,
No, this
everything
looks
really
like-
well done, and everything, the decor, everything just flows.
yeah. The laundry room is just off the.
Laundry room, and this is newly renovated. So
Right.
the backsplash, the sink, the cabinetry, everything on the left, I believe, is new. And I want to say that.
That's a
the
commode
case-
there, and then off the
Yeah,
left.
there's a commode off there to the left.
Oh, there it is.
We got a
Hey.
picture of it.
It's a throne.
Yeah.
In all its majesty.
And that's all that's in there. But sometimes all a king needs is a throne or a queen.
Right.
Game of Thrones, man. Everybody's seen it. You know?
Don't say you didn't.
Don't say it. Don't tell me. I'll
Don't
find
tell
you.
me that.
So as you're, granted, we didn't take any pictures of the garage. A lot of personal stuff in there, but it is a two-car garage with overhead storage.
Yeah.
Nice and wide, nice and deep. You'll enjoy it.
It's a garage.
It's a garage.
What do
yeah.
you want?
What do you want? It's a garage.
This island is kind of cool just as a feature. I mean, with the drawers and everything right there.
Yeah,
I
and
like that in the kitchen.
it just flowed. Yeah, so that goes into just off of the dinette is
Master
the
bed.
primary master bedroom. Yeah, and this thing's huge.
Huge room.
Like we had to take several pictures just to get the whole room into the shot here. And that looks to be a full-blown king-size bed on a platform. And here's essentially the second half of the room with the slider that goes out to the backyard.
Right. This is from the back corner.
Really big room, yeah. But great.
I like
well
the,
done. The paint,
Well, okay.
you know, the floorboards.
I love
There's the
I love a
bathroom.
room and bath. Look at this with the nice step up and then
You
step
got,
down.
yeah, you've got, you know, yeah, maybe even a little dating there.
Yeah.
But that's easy to swap out. And you've got a big shower there. And even if that tub isn't your thing, maybe you just make yourself a giant shower right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why
Huge
not?
walk-in closet.
Big closet, yeah. And granted, they packed it up, but pretty much everybody does.
Yeah,
You know?
no,
That's
that's,
kind of how it goes.
that's why they're there. They're
Yeah,
just
when you
like-
got space, you fill it. These
Yeah.
folks took advantage of that.
Yep.
But yeah, tons of space in there. And then you got elbow room
Yep, got
in the primary bathroom.
dual
there, yeah.
sinks.
Yeah, the his and hers, hers and his and
You
his.
and your partner.
Them and theys and you and thems. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's together.
Partner sinks.
Partner sinks.
Everybody
I like
scrub your
that.
teeth together. It's fun.
That is a
yeah, do it as a
partner
group.
sink setup. Good job, John. Thanks. That's a breakthrough. And that comes, you know, so you can see, you can see the master bedroom off, you know, off, kind of centered, back in the distance there.
right.
So as you come back out, you're coming back into the living room.
Here's the
There's
living.
the fireplace.
There's the fireplace.
Yeah,
So
so-
it's hiding behind the couch this whole time.
Yeah, so come across on the other side of that wall and you get into the other bedrooms. Of course, the other bathroom. We do have one more bathroom to show as well. That's a full bath. Here we go into the to the little ladies' room.
Right.
It
You
looks
know,
like a princess
these
setup. It's
bedrooms,
so cool.
I mean, they packed them in, but they're good-sized rooms.
Yeah, they are. I mean, you're looking at a bed, a full-blown tent, a kitchen set. I mean, look, and there's still space in there.
Yeah.
And you still got the mirror doors in there. There's tons of natural light.
That was funny. I was like, checking out those mirrored doors because I just, I wanted to see, does it really make this place look bigger? Like, yes, it totally
It
makes
does.
this place look bigger.
It really does, depending on where you're going to put your furniture and where you're going to sit and stand and sleep. Yeah.
See, nobody's going to be mad about getting this room either. Like,
No,
oh, you got
and
the
this
good
one's
room.
got-
I didn't get the good room.
Yeah, exactly. And this one's got a bigger window and it's got the plantation shutters.
Right.
But that's really it. It wasn't
Maybe
a
this
ton
is the
bigger.
good
They're both really big bedrooms. Yeah.
Okay, this is funny. Like this
Yeah,
bed,
and those bedrooms are centered, are kind of at the front
Right.
east side of the house.
and then
this
you'll walk
long
all
hallway
down
goes
the
down.
hall. Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm good with. I mean, I like kind of a long hallway if you can find a way to decorate it and, you know, tell a story down that hallway.
Right.
And that leads to the bathroom that is a full bath at the end of that hallway. And that's going to kind of be your spare bath, I think, for guests or little ones, or, you know, if you've got someone elderly with you. That bathroom is directly next to this bedroom, which is the 4th bedroom.
And it was huge. This one is huge.
This one felt like one of the biggest ones, except beyond the primary, the master,
And these guys had it set up as sort of a
tons of
den.
light, tons of space. Yeah, they've got it set up as kind of a working office, working den kind of deal.
It did have the requisite closet doors though, so it does count as a bedroom. I mean, it doesn't matter.
That it does. Yeah, and I mean, and they're good-sized closets. They go the majority of the distance across the room, so you're not looking at tiny closets either.
Nope.
And this place is just well taken care of, man. You're back into the living room here. Oh, we can see John there in the background.
Well, it is me.
We got a John sighting.
What a handsome man.
Look at that. That's what I was thinking. Look at those bulging biceps. Oh, the backyard.
I love the backyard. This
backyard
was
was
just
great,
an oasis. Look at this. Okay, now the sod
Trees,
is all
grass.
is
Yeah,
all
it's
brand
just-
new, but they have it irrigated and to the nines and sprinklered up and.
Yeah, all set to kind of do its own thing. You've got tons of space there, the pavers.
Right.
Here's the actual back patio itself. So you
Right.
got more wainscoting out there is what they call it when you put paneling up on the walls.
It's just like another outdoor living room, really.
Yeah, it
with
kind
all
of had like an outside of a cabin kind of feel to it.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
You got the ceiling fan there, give you a little cool breeze in the shade. That'd be nice.
And the pavers go all the way across, which is amazing.
Right. This wasn't like a
Absolutely
little
amazing.
dollhouse. This is an actual like working shed. This looked like they had some space in there. Is that like
Yeah,
a
I
12
want
by
to say
12
it
or
was
something?
something like 12 by 12. It's something that there we go. A lot of space in there. If you're thinking something, you know, maybe along the lines of a bedroom for an extra person or something like that, that's, you know, you're not going to squeeze a bathroom in there,
Right.
but you can get a sleeping area in there if you're not going to go, you know, to the hilt like these folks did with the gardening products. But granted, that might be your thing too.
Right.
Here's the
Side
RV.
yard, I guess. So this would be RV parking where.
Yeah, that's your RV parking off the east side of the property, just on the other side of that, the shed.
Yeah.
Yeah, tons of space there. That's 40, 50 plus feet.
Got the bounce house, probably doesn't convey.
I wouldn't think so, but you know what? They're such a pain to take apart and
Really? Somebody
put back
probably just leave that there?
Yeah, I don't know. That's up to the seller, but you know, a lot of times they're like, yeah, take it, leave it there.
All right, here's from the back corner, and really just like what a nice space. Just looking at it in total, but there's like some really nice little areas in this backyard.
And you've got it segregated kind of into these different. There's almost a feng shui about the yard itself.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All the way over to the jungle gym, which I thought was great.
This was
the rope
cool.
jungle gym in the corner for the little ones. Yeah.
Right, and it was rope, so they had it lashed to the trees, which I assume is probably healthier for the tree, and maybe some kind of HOA rule. But
That could be.
they had the whole deal worked up. Here's the kind of
And here's the side gate. Now this is from the backyard, just off of the primary bedroom, where we were just looking in the shop before.
right. And you would think it would be like a throwaway yard, but there's actually some really cool little varietal trees. Look at they get a little garden box here. They got
Yeah,
that
went
big
with
Scotch
just a
pine
little
and-
there,
Yeah.
but it stands out. Yeah, it pops, and it's I wouldn't even call it you can't even call it a dog run, right?
No.
It's got to be, goodness, 10 dog runs in one, essentially.
Right, there's your AC unit and the entryway to the garage from there.
Yeah.
And then the
you've
little
got
side gate.
separate egress and ingress from the property there. Man, this place just, it caught me, you know? It was a nice place. It was fun to tour.
It was.
It was nice to try to steal a couple of design ideas here and there from these nice folks.
The wainscoting.
Wainscoting, yeah. So yeah, you can see, again, the back patio, the covered back patio is, it's big.
Yeah.
You know, you got tons of space. Barbecue, do all the things under there, throw a party.
Right.
Here's your rock garden/garden area.
Those trees are going to give you so much nice shade and probably some noise relief too. Although it's a quiet neighborhood, it's nice that
It
way.
is, but you get a windbreak, you know. So if you're going to be doing barbecuing or just hanging out on the grass and want to have a picnic and you know want to get pine needles blown all over you, yeah, that's what those trees are there for. They'll still share pine
They're doing
needles
their
with
job
you though, from time to time.
Yeah, you get pine cones, make craft projects.
They do.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Awesome
And this
stuff.
listing is
Where am I?
Angela
Move sideways.
Hernandez's. Yeah, here. So I'm going to try to get, oh, sorry. All right, we're going to squeeze out.
Oh,
there we go. There's Angela's phone number. If you know Angela and you want to check this place out, she is an amazing realtor out of Vegas, 702-591-9667. But if you need yourself a local realtor and that's what you need, you call You call Nate.
You call the good guy. You call.
But she is great, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a great place.
Well, she was nice to let us in there. Actually, it was we
very
kind of chased the
appreciative.
owners out. We were showing.
We
up
did,
and
yeah.
taking
It was like a whole ships crossing in the night thing, yeah. But yeah, it worked out, and yeah, great place. So
Yep.
if you want to know more, hit us up, email us, call Angela, get to it. Yeah, it's a great place. Have a good
Hurry
weekend,
up.
guys.
It's Nate's neighborhood for this week, and we'll catch you very soon. Thanks.